All right, guys, we're in Quanah, Texas. One of the strangest, most bizarre little towns I've ever seen. This is their courthouse in their old downtown area. And before I get too far into this, I'd like to tell you a little bit about how the town got its name and some interesting facts about the gentleman who it was named after. All right, the town of Quanah was named after Chief Quanah Parker. He was the last, not only the last great chief of the Comanches, but he was the actual last chief of the Comanches. And he never lost a battle to the white man. And he was never captured by the white man. But he has a very interesting story. All right, here's a marker that they have for Quanah Parker here in the town square. Now, Quanah's mother was actually a white woman. She was captured by the Comanches when she was 9 years old in 1836, and she lived with the Comanches for 24 years. Quanah was born in 1850 or around 1850. His father was Chief Quanah Parker, and his mother was Cynthia Ann Parker. The name Quanah stands for fragrant, or like an aroma. Quanah went on to become a great warrior for the Comanche and became their last head tribal chief. The Comanches resided in an area around Pampa, Texas, which is, I think it's about 30 miles from Quanah, roughly. In 1860, Quanah's mother, Cynthia, was recaptured by the white men, by the white, what would you call them, military. She was captured along with her daughter. Quanah was not. So Quanah stayed with the Indians, with the Comanches, but his mother never did really learn to live in a white lifestyle again. She never really adapted to it, and she ended up dying, I believe, in 1864, and she had basically starved herself to death. His sister had died not long before his mother did. Even though Quanah's mother had not really ever adapted to the white lifestyle again, Quanah actually did. In fact, he strived, but not before a bloody war between the Comanches and the white men occurred and lasted several years. And basically, the Comanches did not want to go into the reservation system. And Quanah led his tribe of Comanches into several bloody battles with the white men. Quanah was never killed, of course, but in the end, he knew, and his tribe knew, that they were going to have to end up going into the reservation system. Colonel Ranald S. McKenzie sent a Mr. Jacob J. Sturm, a physician and post interpreter, to solicit the Comanche surrender. After speaking with Quanah, who Mr. Sturm found to be a young man of great influence over his Comanche tribe, Quanah rode out to a pasture or field, and he saw a wolf come towards him. The wolf howled and trotted away to the northeast. Then overhead, an eagle glided down towards him and whipped its wings in the direction of Fort Sill. Quanah took that as a sign and agreed to surrender and have his Comanches go into the reservation system. Now, at first, the older chiefs of the Comanches, a lot of them didn't like that. A lot of them thought that Quanah had basically turned them all in, that he had forced them into something they didn't want. But some of the other elders believed that there was no other choice, that they had done everything that they could, and if they wanted to survive as a tribe, they were going to have to go onto the reservation system. Now, Quanah did very well living in the white man's world. He ended up, in fact, he was a sheriff in Lawton, Oklahoma in 1902. But he also became a tribal judge, a cattleman, a spokesman to Washington, and he was actually a good friend of Teddy Roosevelt's. So he had a really interesting past and became a very influential person, and he fought for the rights of Native Americans until his death. And now Quanah is buried near Fort Sill next to his mother and his sister. In 1890, Quanah came here to this town, and he actually blessed the town. And his blessing is right here. It says, dedicated to the memory of the last great Comanche chief, Quanah Parker. He pronounced this blessing on his town, Quanah, Texas. May the Great Spirit smile on your little town. May the rain fall in season, and in the warmth of the sunshine after the rain, may the earth yield bountifully. May peace and contentment be with you and your children forever. That's a really nice memorial marker there to Quanah Parker. But the main reason we're here is we wanted to show you this crazy little town of Quanah. We drove through the downtown area last night just to take a look at it, and it's like being in the Twilight Zone. I'm not joking. It is really, really bizarre. So we're going to take you guys down there and show it to you. This arrow right here is a marker of where part of the Quanah Parker Trail is or was. And it was put here in 2011, I believe. Now let's get on to the bizarre stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, the first place that we came across, this place right here, looks like it may have been an old firehouse. And this is probably the most normal building in all of the town, and you'll see why as we take you around here. But it does look like an old firehouse. The colors are right, and it does have a large door in the back where a fire truck or a vehicle for fires would exit. Has one here on the side also. I don't know if this was built during the time of wagons, but it does have this large door here on the side. And then over here on the back, as you can see, it's got a much larger door. But now what you're going to see when we take you over to the main part of downtown, it's like some type of weird bomb went off or something, because the buildings are all still there, but there's no people, there's no businesses. It looks like a movie set for the Twilight Zone or something. It's just, there's alleys and nothing around. So we're going to drive over there and take a look. All right, this is the Quanah Root Museum here in Quanah, and it is about 4 o'clock on a Monday. You would expect a town to have lots of people running around it at 4 o'clock on a Monday. Not this one. It's actually just kind of spooky walking around. I mean, it's beautiful, beautiful older town, but what happened here? Why is there nobody around? This building here with an old Coca-Cola advertisement on the side of it. The cool thing about this is this wasn't made to look old. This is really old. This advertisement's been here a long time. And who knows what this building back here was. Maybe some type of a cellar? I don't know. This building right here was the jail. I'll take you around over there and let you see it. It's crazy. There's just nothing here. Got an old bridge over here and a Red's drive-in sign. That's obviously part of the museum. It's been moved here. But right over here, this is an old jail here in Quanah. And I believe this jail was used all the way up until like 1976. But look at that place. Isn't that a scary looking jail? The Hardeman County Jail, built in 1890, completed in 1991 or 1891. Yeah, it was relocated here in 1973. But yeah, so it was used all the way up until the early 70s. But it is just bizarre, these buildings. And you look, there's nobody out here. Like I said, we came through here yesterday and just drove through, and we didn't see anybody. I mean, you could throw a rave down here in the middle of the streets and nobody would know. And I think the town has, I don't know, maybe 1,900 people in it, 2,000 people. So there are people here, just not in this area. Most of them are over. They've kind of moved the main part of the town over off of 287, Highway 287. And this area just seems like it's kind of been forgotten.
All right, guys, we're in old downtown Quanah, Texas. There's an old van there. It says Volunteer Fire Department. But this is really strange, you guys. There's nobody here. These buildings are all abandoned. This looks like an atom bomb went off or something. I don't know. There's nobody here. There's buildings. That's the sheriff department down there. You know, I mean, look at this. This had to have been a hotel. And look, nothing. You can see in the windows there. There's like an old fire truck inside, but look at these old alleys. They're scary, man. What happened to everybody? Why is everybody gone? I know their population is down to like 2,600, and it has gone down, but this is so weird. Look at that. Here. Oh, there's a bank, but there's nobody around. Yeah. There's the courthouse, and there's a Veterans Memorial there. It's a memorial for Quanah Parker, but look at this. Looks like there might be a dentist's office, insurance agent. I mean, so weird. There's a car parked, yeah. Here I am standing up out of the skylight here in the car. Oh, that's supposed to be a Phillips 66. Wow, back here. That was a Texo feed, okay. Yeah, 1884, this was just a railroad stop. The town actually is called Quanah in 1890. Now look at this, you guys. Wow. Now the railroad tracks run right behind here. So I'm wondering if this is where they had a railroad depot or something. But you could tell it had been scorched big time. It had a little basement too. Look at the metal. All melted, trees scorched. Wow. Old rock house. Now that's nice. That'd be neat to restore. Look at that big porch. Somebody lives there. That's neat. Look at this. This is strange, you guys. Like, now you can tell they're working on something here, but there's still nobody around. There's some like pizza ovens going on there. This would be pretty cool. See, we're on West 2nd and Mercer. Okay. Weird. Uh-oh, more cobblestones. Yeah, I want to take a peek, man. This had to be an old hotel.
All right, guys, let's check this place out. This building is massive. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a hotel or I don't know. It's got a big sliding steel door over here. So maybe it was some type of manufacturing plant. Who knows? But you can actually hear my voice echoing inside this building. It's so large and big. I'll walk around it here and take a look. They've got a fire truck, an old fire truck sitting inside of this. Let you see that. Isn't that crazy? Beautiful fire truck. Strange place for it to be, though. What do you think this place was? And if this one's not blocked off, we should be able to see another fire truck in here. Sure enough. They ought to rent this town out to a movie studios and make a horror film here called something like They Only Come Out at Night, because there is a pretty good sized population here. It's just they're not out. They haven't been out for several days. So, but it's crazy. There's just nobody here.
That's good you tires.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, up there on that side of that building. 1907 Goodyear tires. But yeah, this would be a great place to make a horror movie where people only come out at night.
This is creepy, man.
It's bizarre. I could literally lay down in the middle of the road here and take a 2-hour nap. Where is everybody?
It's weird, man. So creepy, guys. That was the fire department. Nobody around.
Now we're out on 287 going through Quanah, and you can see how busy everything is here. It's crazy. So what's going on with that downtown area? I'm starting to wonder if it's not a nuclear fallout area or something. Maybe we shouldn't have been down there. Who knows? But even going through the main part of town, we found this really strange place here. It's some type of an antique flea market type of place. But look at the stuff they sell. This says 2 cartridge 105 millimeter for howitzer. This is for military howitzers. And all through here they got all kinds of just strange stuff. All kinds of old Coca-Cola containers, pallets. I haven't even gotten to the truly bizarre thing yet here. You guys are gonna love this. Does anybody need one extra large shoe? Look at the size of that rascal.
Yeah, see?
Look at that. What would somebody do with that thing?
Make a sign out of it.
I guess. Good luck tying the shoes.
That'd be great for like a foot locker.
That thing is massively heavy. It's just weird. I mean, they've got all kinds of stuff. This place has it all. If you need an old fiberglass horse being held up by some type of bracket, I know where you can find one.
Strange RV tours will take you places with Greg and Janet's smiling faces. You might see a crazy flavored soda review or some tips to fit your RV too. So come along, won't you join us, friend, as we discover what's around the bend. Just sit right back in your easy chair. Strange RV Tours is on the air. Strange RV Tours is on the air.